Peter Van Dokkum's 2023 report described something almost offensive to common sense. A supermassive black hole apparently fleeing its own galaxy. Not a monster sitting at the center, not a quiet, dark engine swallowing light, but an exile carving a 200,000 light-year scar through intergalactic space and possibly leaving newborn stars behind it. That is the promise of this story. A black hole thrown out by violence so extreme that the escape itself may be triggering creation. And the 2026 follow-up made the case even stranger, because the trail did not look like random debris anymore. It looked organized, young, consequential. The object is usually linked to a galaxy about 8 billion light-years away. In 2023, Van Dokkum and collaborators used Hubble and the Keck Observatory to describe a narrow, luminous line extending roughly 200,000 light-years from that galaxy, nearly twice the diameter of the Milky Way. The proposed culprit was a black hole moving at around 1,600 kilometers per second, fast enough to go from New York to Chicago in under 2 seconds. This is the what? A black hole may have been kicked out after a gravitational three-body fight during galaxy mergers. As it plows through thin gas, it compresses that gas, and compressed gas can collapse into stars. That inversion is what makes this unforgettable. We're used to black holes as endings, collisions, accretion, tidal shredding. Yet here, the same object may be acting like a cosmic snowplow, packing diffuse gas until new stars ignite behind it, like a boat cutting through cold water and leaving a wake, except the wake lights up. And to understand why astronomers took this seriously, you have to go back to an older prediction. In 2007, Manuela Campanelli and colleagues showed in simulations that merging supermassive black holes can receive a gravitational wave recoil kick. If the waves are emitted unevenly, the merged black hole gets launched. Think of a cannon firing in space with no one holding it down. The blast goes one way, the cannon jumps the other. For years, that idea sounded elegant, but frustratingly hard to catch in the act. Galaxies are messy. Bright cores can be misleading. Off-center light can have multiple explanations. Astronomers found candidates, debated them, and kept running into ambiguity. Then, this trail appeared. Excited. Not a vague smudge, a long, thin structure with knots that looked consistent with star formation. The 2023 study estimated the trail contained hot, young stars, likely formed as shocked gas cooled and collapsed. Some interpretations suggested the black hole may sit at the leading edge, where a compact source was seen. Behind it, the line glowed like a fuse already burning. And this is where the how becomes unsettlingly concrete. A black hole does not need to create matter. It only needs to move violently enough through gas to squeeze it. Star formation is often a pressure story. Push a cloud hard enough, and gravity does the rest. It is a little like lead balls settling in deep water. Once the balance changes, everything starts moving in one direction. If you had to choose, what feels stranger? A black hole destroying a galaxy core? Or the same black hole helping build stars 200,000 light-years away? Tell me which one wins, and why. But there was a problem. A claim this bizarre has to survive the ugliest question in astronomy. Are we fooling ourselves? Could the line be a tidal tale from a merger? A jet? Chance alignment? A background feature pretending to belong to the system? This is where the 2026 follow-up matters. The newer analysis did not merely repeat the headline. It pushed on the age pattern of the stars, the geometry of the trail, and the source near the front. The argument, in broad terms, became harder to dismiss as random wreckage. The wake still favored compression and triggered star formation over a simple leftover stream of torn galactic material. No, that does not mean every astronomer agrees. Science rarely moves like a courtroom verdict. It moves more like fog lifting from a coastline. First, you notice the outline, then the cliffs, then the roads. The 2026 work mattered because the outline got sharper. Personally, this is the part I cannot shake. We built a mental category for black holes as cosmic erasers. Fair enough, but the universe keeps humiliating categories. Under the right conditions, the same gravity that ruins structure can also trigger it. Violence, in this case, may be writing a nursery into empty space. Can you imagine that? An object infamous for swallowing light racing through darkness and leaving a breadcrumb line of stars behind it? And there is a deeper reason this matters. Galaxies are supposed to be anchors. Their supermassive black holes sit in the center, helping shape the orbits, gas flows, and long-term evolution of everything around them. Remove that anchor, and the galaxy is not just missing mass, it is missing a kind of organizer. Iron means bridges, blood, train tracks, frying pans. In the same way, a central black hole is not just a black hole. It can be part of the architecture. So this story contains two exiles at once. The black hole is exiled from its galaxy, and the stars in its wake are exiled from the usual place stars are born. They are not forming deep inside a spiral arm or a crowded nebula within a settled galaxy. They may be forming out in the dark between systems, in a trail made by an escaping gravitational catastrophe. That is the why now. Over the last few years, astronomy has gotten much better at spotting structure in places we once treated as empty. Better imaging, better spectroscopy, better follow-up. Hubble gave the first shock. Ground telescopes helped test motion and composition. Newer analysis in 2026 pushed the interpretation toward a more coherent story. Not just escape, but aftermath. There is also a timing coincidence that makes this era special. Since LIGO's first gravitational wave detection in 2015, the idea that space-time itself can kick merged objects no longer feels abstract. Stellar mass black hole mergers made the mechanism emotionally real. This candidate extends that intuition to a supermassive scale. If that connection just clicked for you, that gravitational waves might not only signal a merger, but help launch a black hole into intergalactic exile, leave a like. That idea alone is worth sitting with. But wait, because the strangest possibility is not that the black hole escaped. It is that escape may be the least important thing it did. If the wake interpretation holds, then the memorable image is wrong. The black hole is not the story. The trail is. The true event is a moving front of compression, turning thin gas into stellar birthplaces, far outside any normal galactic home. changes the emotional center of the whole discovery. We stop asking, where did the black hole go? And start asking, what kind of cosmos produces life's raw ingredients in the debris of expulsion? Confessionally, I think that is more haunting than simple destruction. Destruction is familiar. Creation through exile feels almost mythic. Except this time, the myth comes with telescopes, spectra, and error bars. There are still open loops. Is the compact source truly the black hole, or a bright knot in the wake? How clean is the stellar age gradient? Could some contributions still come from merger debris? Those questions are real. They should stay real. The healthiest version of wonder is disciplined wonder. Yet even the cautious version of this story is extraordinary. A supermassive black hole can, in principle, be kicked out of its galaxy by gravitational recoil. That prediction is solid. We may now be looking at a candidate where the aftermath is visible on a scale of 200,000 light years. A thermos in a blizzard keeps heat where it should not last. This wake may be doing something similar with star formation, where we did not expect it to happen. And the payoff is bigger than one weird object. It reminds us that the universe does not respect the moral categories we project onto it. Builder, destroyer, home, exile. These are human words. The cosmos uses pressure, motion, gravity, and time. Sometimes the result looks cruel. Sometimes it looks creative. Sometimes, impossibly, it is both at once. So when you picture this runaway black hole crossing intergalactic darkness, maybe do not picture only a mouth. Picture a wound that glows. Picture stars turning on where there should have been almost nothing. Picture a galaxy losing its center while empty space gains a trail of light. Personally, I find that hard to forget. Not because it makes the universe kinder. It does not. It makes it stranger. And I think strange, real things are the ones that stay with us longest. If stories like this expand your sense of what the universe is allowed to do, subscribe. This channel is for people who like their cosmos beautiful, violent, and more complicated than the old categories.